Peace, 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 black family, black power. This is Street Watching TV. I'm back at you with another powerful, dynamic video for your mind. If this is your first time coming in and visiting Street Watching TV, go ahead and mash up the likes, share this video, and subscribe to the channel below. And if you could donate, that's on you. If you want to donate, if you don't, that's cool. But this presentation tonight, brothers and sisters, this presentation tonight, I know some of you already have your eyes and ears open to what's really going on in the world. For us who don't know, this is why the ancestors bring me this information to give to my people. Fam, you don't agree. I don't agree with the Derek Chauvin verdict as far as how much time he'll be doing his sentence of 22 and a half years for killing our brother, our precious brother, our beloved brother, George Floyd. See, 22 and a half years is not enough, but it's enough to cause havoc in one's life. When you take it away from society from 22 years, for 22 years, it's torment within itself. Not saying that I'm happy with only he receiving 22 months. I believe he should have got life without the possibility of parole. And if it was left up to me, it'd be death for a death. It'd be death for a death. Because the intent, he purposely killed this brother. And he only get 22 and a half years for purposely killing the brother. It's not over, fam. We got other legal problems with the federal prosecution. He have a civil suit. And that's not the half of it, because the George Floyd family will be prosecuting Derek Chauvin in a civil matter. Also in a criminal matter, where George Floyd hit a teenager with a flashlight and choked the teenager out with the same knee on the neck procedure. I don't know if the teen lived or not, because the information is vague, because it's a teen. They will not get the information out. But before the George Floyd incident, a few years back, Derek Chauvin was called to an incident where a black mother couldn't handle her young teenager. And when she called the police, guess who showed up? The wrong police, Derek Chauvin. When he pulls up, he hits the teen upside the head with that black flashlight. I know what I'm talking about, that heavy flashlight. If you got in trouble with the police, you know what I'm talking about. Then after he subdued the brother, the little kid, he put his knee on his neck in the same position that he had our brother George Floyd in. So this is a slap in the face from your American government. Nothing happens in this world, happens within the government criminally, far as like the justice system. The justice system, it get its mandate from the federal court and federal people. See? How is it that the government allows George Floyd murder not to be a hate crime? This should have been a hate crime. He intentionally, willfully killed George Floyd based on the color of his skin. That's how we know it's a hate crime. He didn't give a fuck about George Floyd screaming and begging for his life and pleading for his life. He didn't have no empathy to take his knee off his neck. He only get 22 and a half years. I blame this on your government. I blame this on the officials that you people elect through vote. Whether Democrat or Republican, they don't give a fuck about black people. Whether Democrat or Republican, no Democrat, no Republican could go all out and fight for black people like black people could fight for themselves. But see, that's what's going on with our people. We act like we can't see what's going on. That's a slap in the face. Where's the George Floyd Act? Maybe through a George Floyd Act that Joe Biden said he was going to sign. I keep believing in Joe Biden, a president who signed the crime bill, also orchestrated the crime bill, was one of the writers of this crime bill with Bill Clinton and all his cronies. But they Democrats. You niggas been taught to vote Democrat now. Democrat. Vote Democrat. See, I'm going to tell you something, man. Between Democrats and Republicans I can respect some of the racist rhetoric that they come with. You know why? Because they let you know how they coming. And for niggas to tell us to vote Republican, that's suicide too. But Democrats, let me tell you something. Just because one can smile and act like they like people of color, black people, we ain't gonna say people of color, because some people of color are getting more justice and equality than black people. See, we live in a caste system since the beginning of time. When it was found out through scientists that the darker people of the planet can outpopulate the earth because the dominance of the gene, it's been a assault upon dark people and black people in general. By all people on the earth, all colors and nationalities of people hate black people based on one particular individual who brainwashed the world. And that's the Cro-Magnon man, the Neanderthal, the white man, the Iceman. He has brainwashed every nationality, every race, creed up on our planet to hate black people. True indeed. Just follow history. And y'all gonna say, where are you going with this, soldier? This is where I'm going with this. There's no way that Derek Chauvin should only got 22 and a half years. With some good time, he'll be out with good behavior and be out less than 22 and a half years. But hold on. We hope the juvenile case don't get swept up under the rug, because these sentences can be ran concurrent, not consecutively. See, if that had been a black man for shooting at the police, would get life in prison for attempted murder. There's been people got 70, 80 years for just shooting at the police being black. So what is black life worth? 22 years? What is black life worth? Huh? I blame this on your government. The same government that Negroes, I'm going to say Negroes because Negroes means something that's dead that don't grow. That's why I like the word nigger or niggas. Look up the word niggas. That's N-E-G-U-S. And you'll find out what niggas really mean. But I'm going to call you Negro because Negro is something dead that don't grow. Negroes act like they don't see that the government is not for us. Vote Democrat. Vote Democrat. Vote Republican. I'm tired of the Democrats, so I'm going to come on over here to other slave plantation and vote for this slave master, because the slave masters over here don't act right. The Democratic slave masters not treating us too swell. What slave master do you love? I don't love neither one of the parties. Fuck Democrat and fuck Republican. Because I can see that both parties work night and day to keep black people in the same position that we're in. We got one party, which is the Republican, who's straightforward. We got one other party, the other party, which is the Democrat, smile in your face and then write laws that had detriment to your people. Like Joe Biden's crime bill law of the 90s. He's on the floor, Senate floor, talking about predators, calling black people predators. In the 70s, in the 60s, in the 50s, in the 40s, he was against integration into the schools. He was a segregationist. He believed in segregation. He called black people roaches. Then all of a sudden, you black people forgive him and vote for him because y'all don't like Donald Trump? At least Donald Trump was straightforward. I like an enemy like Donald Trump. All of them enemies to me. Every president that ever sat down in the White House was the black people's enemy. Stinking Lincoln was our enemy. Don't you know Lincoln gave reparations to the South for losing a war? Yeah, gave them reparations for enslaving black people. But if they really gave a fuck about us, they should have been charged with what? War crimes. Because it was war when you took us from Africa. When you took my ancestors from Africa 400 years ago, took them 9,000 miles away from the homeland to this land, that was an act of war. So why did the government didn't charge these white Southerners with a fucking criminal war crime for enslaving black people? These are crimes against humanity. And George Floyd murder was intentionally, voluntarily taken for no reason by Derek Chauvin. He only get 22 and a half motherfucking years, and black people ain't protesting. Black people ain't raising hell. Boom! Another pimp smack from white supremacy. Another pimp smack from white supremacy. And before the George Floyd sentence, we got pimp smack by white supremacy Joe Biden and his administration, in the Republican administration, when they co-signed this bill for the Asians, the hate crime bill. Black people been in this country. We don't have a hate crime bill. We the most lynched. We the most lynched in this country. And you mean to tell me that we don't have a hate crime bill? We the people in this country that's murdered on the content and the color of our skin. We was enslaved based on our skin color. We was lynched, denied opportunities in the employment sector of the world. We denied opportunities based on the color of our skin. And you mean to tell me that America can now write a hate crime bill for Africans? Rather, African Americans, that's what they call us? I don't understand. Niggas didn't say nothing. So I'm proving my fact about Joe Biden and fake ass Kamala Harris, the chameleon who's black now because it's convenient. And you Negroes keep calling her black. Go back and study Kamala Harris' history and how her father became born in Jamaica. Her paternal great-great-grandfather was a slave owner. You need to go look up Jamaica, Brownstown in Jamaica. Hamilton Brown is her great-great-grandfather. You need to go check this out. You need to go check this out about Kamala Harris. She's not black. Her father is a mixture race through his lineage. Go back and look up these people. Go back and look up Biden, and you wonder why there's no progress for black people in this country since Biden been in office. You call June 19th, Juneteenth, something that he's doing for black people, a holiday? We celebrate pagan holidays all month, all year long. So many crazy holidays, and they're all tied to capitalism. You know who's going to benefit from Juneteenth? The commemoration of Gladys in Texas, of our brothers and sisters been held down there. Our ancestors didn't know that stinking Lincoln, so-called free black people in 1863, but we know that's a lie. That's a slap in the face. Boom. White supremacy smacks black people in the face again because we're not educated enough to know that these people playing games. Yeah, go check that out. Kamala Harris' paternal grandfather was Joseph Alexander. And then from Joseph Alexander, you will see what I'm talking about. Yeah, Donald Harris is her father. Donald Harris' father was Oscar Joseph Harris, and they all got Irish blood in them. And through this lineage is where the slave plantationer came from Ireland, named Henry Brown. And when he came to Jamaica, he came with the sugar slave plantation. So Kamala Harris is a mixed breed of different nationalities into one. And she married a white man, a Jewish white man who also family owned slaves. It's no mystery, no accident that this woman has been picked to mislead black people, just like Obama was from a mixed race. And I'm not bombing on people from mixed race, but mixed race people have been used against black people. You could go all the way back to study the French Revolution in Haiti, the Haiti Revolution, one of the best revolutions that were fought on the American soils, on the new American soils that they don't talk about. That's over in Haiti. Where the leaders and tribesmen people over in Haiti, the Africans over in Haiti, rose up and kicked the French out of Haiti in the 1700s, 1800s. The French military, the French people in power, Napoleon and the boys, the mixed breed people that were there that was due to slavery, Spaniards coming over, and the French coming over, and different other white people coming over, mixing their seed with the Haitians. You know what happens in slavery. But the mixed race people became their own colony. They was given some token of freedom based on the lightness of their texture of their skin. But they could be still enslaved dealing with France. So France tried to use the mixed people to go against black people. Black people trying to tell them, look, we need to come together, but you know how that go. Anyway, French empowered the mixed people, and they went over there trying to fight them Africans and got annihilated. True story. Read the history. Go read the French Revolution in Haiti, or the Haiti Revolution. Start out with Toussaint El Overture. He was one of the leaders over in Haiti that took over the Haitian situation. I believe it happened in 1809. Just go look that up and read that for yourself. But back to what I was saying. This is another slap by white supremacy. You do not get a hate crime bill, but the Asians do. You do not get a hate crime bill, but the Asians do. Brothers and sisters, are we crazy not to stand up and fight this situation? We need Black Lives Matter at the White House protesting. How is it that the Asians get a hate crime bill and blacks in this country for years have been lynched based on the color of our skin? We've been killed on the color of our skin, denied opportunity because we black. We've been living in this caste system for 400 fucking years. Treated ill because of the content of our skin. And we don't have an hate crime bill. When whites and Asians, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, all kind of people attack black people because the white man doesn't like us. Because the white man hates us. All the way around the planet, everybody wants to be Caucasian. Even the Asian, they act like they so proud with their little chink eyes. We know they in love with Caucasian people and they want to be Caucasian. They want to be the Caucasian so much they envy the Caucasian. The Asian competition with the Caucasian to be the most evil people up on the planet. Both of them are ill people, sick people. Oh, this may be an anti-Asian video. I might be trying with a hate crime after this. And I've been watching countless of videos before the coronavirus and after coronavirus of Asian people beating black people in those nail salons that the mainstream media won't show. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Look how the Asians treat black people in Asia. Look how Asian people treating black people in Africa. And you telling me a 6-year-old little boy just got shot by an Asian dude 3 weeks ago. Kobe Daniels, 6 years old in Detroit. Him and his friends outside playing. And the Asian man comes outside trying to hit him with a hammer, but the young child gets away. So he gets mad, go through his window and shoot the little kid, 6 years old. Are you telling me this is an Asian man who's claiming self-defense? And the judge in the case let him out on a low bond, a $10,000 bond. What's 10% of a $10,000? So what is he out on? House arrest? No. Fam, he's claiming self-defense. That's what I tell y'all. It's a slap in the face. The Asians got a hate crime bill, and blacks don't get nothing but Juneteenth. Symbolic gestures. No substance to help black people. No substance to help black people. When Joe Biden writes laws to help people, he say help people of color. Hell, that could be anybody who could claim a person of color. They do not do nothing specifically for black people. We the most people who need it. We built this country. Niggas don't stand together on nothing. How come we don't have a hate crime bill? Where is the George Floyd bill? And stop trying to make Asians as if they're being attacked by only black people. There was a few incidents with some young brothers that was on camera attacking an Asian person. Now America, with a trifling ass, America media owned by the elite who hate our black asses. It's trying to make black people the poster child or the poster people for the attack on Asian people. And you know that's a lie. You see the videos of Asian people hating us. I could go into an Asian store right now with a pocket full of money and they'll follow us. For you people don't know, Asians hate black people, but they got a hate crime bill. Ain't that something? Slap in the face, y'all, by white supremacy. You know, according to the American Journal of Criminal Justice, right? Clearly, it indicates that the identities against Asian American hate crimes are overwhelmingly white people, 74.6%. The assailants of the attacks against white people, Asian people, or white people. I've been knowing that. Why do you think Bruce Lee, for you people who don't know Bruce Lee, studied Bruce Lee, why do you think that he made more money in Hong Kong when he was discovered in America? Because at that time, and still white people hated Asian people. They made fun of Ali. I forget what film company that he worked for in America. They didn't give him no money. They made him look like a fool. Jerry Lewis used to make fun of Chinese people. The comedian Jerry Lewis, look him up if you young person. Look up Jerry Lewis. He used to make fun of Asian people, and Bruce Lee from China didn't like it. The famous Kung Fu guy Bruce Lee suffer racism in this country. So American government seeing how much money he made with the producers in Hong Kong, China, and they sent for him and made money over here with him, but they want to control him and end up, you know, when they can control an entertainer, what happens. You can look up Bruce Lee. We're not going to get into the conspiracy. But if Chinese people saw back then how the white people are, and now they want to ban with white people against black people. When the British went into China and held China down, they treated Chinese people like shit. When America went to Nagasaki, how did they treat Japan? But you can find some Japanese, majority of them, not liking black people. And we ain't did nothing to the Japanese. The Japanese probably are envy of black people because we are the first Japanese. We are the first Asians. And maybe that's why the Asians dislike black people, because they know our true history, that we were the first people in their continent and they derived from us. I'm tired of people say, man, you look Chinese, you look Asian. No, the Asians look like us. You can see the African strain in some of their faces. They come from us, like all people of the earth come from black people, and that could be the big envy. It's why we can't get no justice because of who we are. And you know what, fam? It is reported by the American Journal of Criminal Justice that African Americans are the most in this country. That's what they call us, African Americans, are the most in this country to suffer hate crimes. We are the victims of the most hate crimes. The study from 2014, there was 5,463 incidents involving hate crimes against African Americans. And you know it goes up. And that was just back in 2014. In 2014, it was only 329 Asians in this country to suffer some type of incident from a hate crime. And majority of the crimes that were committed against those people were Caucasian people. So why are we sitting here today, Black Lives Matter, all us activists, why are we sitting here today and can't come together collectively and stand down at that White House? Stand at that Capitol. Stand at the United Nations in New York and demand freedom in this country. We need our own land because these people will not govern us to where we will get justice and freedom and equality. They only govern us as slaves. They only govern us as a punching bag, something they can slap around. Because they know we don't stand together collectively. And they know they can rule us because we don't stand together. That's the only reason why they get this shit off. Study Joe Biden, study Kamala Harris. I told y'all her ancestors owned slaves. All through her lineage, if you study her lineage, it's been mixed. No one's black. They either mixed with Indian, Spaniards, maybe one offshoot or two offshoot people may have been black. Kamala Harris' grandmother may have been black East Indian, black and East Indian, because her grandfather, Oscar Joseph Harris, he's mixed. And then her father from him, he's mixed. So, what I mean by mixed, there's different races all into one. They are not black. Black is also not looking black, but having a state of mind of being black. Kamala Harris does not have a state of mind as a black person. She don't know what it is to be black. She lied to y'all when she said she was smoking weed, listening to Tupac when she was in college. Tupac was probably well gone. What is she talking about? She put her foot in her mouth, y'all. She put her foot in her mouth. And y'all keep calling this woman black. I speak with my uncle on the phone. He said, just think, if something happened to Joe Biden, we would have the first black female president. Y'all tried that shit with Obama. Obama is not black. Obama did everything for the white man. He made homosexuality legal with the marriage situation. He made homosexuality legal with the marriage situation. What I mean making homosexual legal, because it's legal in Africa. And it was outlawed in Africa. In some parts of Africa right now, this dude made homosexual legal. He told some Africans, we will cut you off foreign aid if you do not let the citizen practice homosexuality. This guy, Obama, was used to go into Libya and oust Muammar Gaddafi. So Europe can receive hearts from black people, liver from black people, eyes from black people, body parts, kidneys. Yes, y'all think I'm lying. Because right now the Arabs have rose up in Libya, enslaving black people, and nobody's talking about it that lives in Libya. Raping the women and the children and the men, nobody's talking about it. Castrating black men right now in 2021. This is going on and nobody's talking about it. Where's the peacekeepers? Where's America's peacekeepers? Where's the international peacekeepers that go into Libya to get the Africans out of Libya? You know who buying all these body parts on the black market? Europe. So if Europe got their hands on the body parts, you best truly believe America got its hands on the body parts. See, y'all think this is a joke. See, when you don't stand for nothing, you fall for anything. We don't stand for nothing as a people. We can't stand together. If you're not a Christian, you're not a Muslim, you're not a Jew, whatever your religion denomination is, you use that as your vehicle to say, no, I don't want to band with them. Leave your fucking religion in the backyard. All you Israel, light, Bible-toting ass Negroes, you know what we got to do. No disrespect. All you Hotep niggas, y'all know what it is, man. Come on, man. All you Muslims, Christians, you got to come together, man. You remember, you could vote and still die. P. Diddy was around here talking about vote or die. Nigga, we've been voting for 400 years and still been dying for 400 years. We've been voting. I ain't gonna lie, we ain't been voting for 400 years, but it seems like that. It seems that we've been voting all our lives since they allowed us to vote, because at one time they killed us for voting, and they're back with that again, trying to kill your vote, through all these laws they coming up with. Yeah, your government, the Republican Party that you people love so much, let's make America great again. America has never been great for black people, so fuck what Kansas Owens talking about. Any of you niggas running around with that make America great again hat, fuck you, because you's an enemy. Any nigga think that Democrats is going to help black people, fuck you too. You an enemy. Your ass cannot smell the coffee yet. With the Derek Chauvin situation, him only getting 22 and a half years should wake your ass up. You've been in this country over 400 years putting in work for these Cro-Magnon motherfuckers, and you do not have a hate crime bill? Billie Holiday sung a song about strange fruit that hung from the tree. You knew who the strange fruit was? And they killed her based on revealing the truth through the song? And you niggas still celebrate holidays and satisfied with a Juneteenth? You got to be out your fucking mind as a people. This street watching TV, man. Mash up the lights. Share this video, leave comments below, man. What's wrong with our people, man? That we can't see what's going on, man. Streets watching.